Right, we are opened up to last night's homework on page 311. So the first number we had was number 2. So for number 2, they went ahead and they rounded the numbers for you already. So they rounded 52.3 to 55 and 11.4 to 11. So if we take 55 and divide it by 11, we end up with 5. Now, 5th grade, did they round to the largest place value in both numbers? No. No, they did not. So that is why estimates, you can usually accept a couple different answers because it's just an educated guess based on how you round. So they could have rounded it to 50 and 10, and that would have still gotten them the same answer, 50 divided by 10. And that's also why I tell you guys, if you round and then you realize that the number you're dividing by doesn't evenly go into the number, just see how many times it goes in without going over, because it is an estimate. It does not need to be a perfect answer. Emmy? Will? Okay. So that was number 2. Then we had number 5. So for number 5, did most people round 82.77 to 80? Awesome. And did you round 7.5 to 8?
Yep.
Awesome. So 80 divided by 8 would get us 10. Did anyone do something different for number 5? Put it on your desk, please, Jeff. Okay. Then for number 11, so this one you may have done differently. So our book chose to round 384.4 to 360 and 88.1 to 90. The reason, they rounded it so that they knew it would go in evenly. Now, how many of you rounded 384.4 to 400? Awesome. And how many of you rounded 88.1 to 90? Awesome. So if you had 400 divided by 90, then you would have asked yourself, how many times does 90 go into 400 without going over? And how many times is that? It's 4. It is 4 times because 90 plus 90 is 180. And if we double 180, then that is 360. So 4. So did a lot of you still end up with the same answer as our book? Yeah. Yep. So that's why estimates, they can be different numbers. We usually get around the same answer though. Questions on the first 3 problems? Okay, then let's go on to number 12. So number 12 is a little tricky if you weren't reading the directions carefully. Number 12 said that Miss Barton and her 3 neighbors purchased a snowblower to share. How many people are sharing the snowblower in 5th grade? 4, because we have Miss Barton, that's 1 person, plus her 3 neighbors, so 4. I had a lot of people coming over to me and going, well, Missy, it's only 3 people. I'm like, wait a minute, read the first sentence again. Miss Barton plus her 3 neighbors. So we have 4 people sharing the snowblower. The snowblower costs $439.20. Describe how you can estimate each person's share of the cost. How many of you rounded $439.20 to $400? Awesome. So how many of you took 400 divided by 4 to get your estimate? Awesome. So if you took $400 divided by 4, you would have gotten $100. Now our book, they decided to round it to 440. So still a pretty good estimate. And you can take 440 divided by 4 and get 110 as well. So that would also work. So basically, since they wanted you to describe, you could say, well, you can round $439.20 to $400, then divide it by 4 and get your estimate of $100 per person. Make sure you have the dollar sign. That is your unit. Are there questions on number 12? All right. Then we had number 15. So for number 15, it said on Monday, 3 11/100 inches of rain fell, and on Tuesday, 81/100 inches of rain fell. On Wednesday, twice as much rain fell as on Tuesday. how much rain fell during the 3-day period? Well, to figure this out, we would need to take Monday's total of 3 and 11/100 inches plus Tuesday's total of 81/100 inches. Then we would have to add 81/100 two more times for Wednesdays. So 4 numbers you're adding, 3.11, 0.81, 0.81, and 0.81. And you should have gotten 5 and 54/100 inches. Addie. Yes. First, are there questions on 15? Yes, yes. Then you made a silly mistake while you were adding. So check your work. Michael.
What happens if you just rounded up the numbers and then add them?
Well, since they aren't saying about how much rain fell, you don't want to round it, okay? All right. So here is 18 and 19, Addie. Max, take a seat, please. Emmy. Yes, once Addie's done. Yes. So Addie, let me know when you're done. You're done? Okay, so then Emmy, here's number 1. All right, Jack P, do I need to take your water bottle? Pull up your mask, sit in your chair, or stand. All right, 5th grade, are there any questions on our homework? Okay, show me on your hand 1 through 5, how did you feel about last night's homework? How did you feel about last night's homework? 1 through 5, how did we feel? All right, awesome. Jack P, how did you feel? Okay, hands down. Open up in your notebook to the next clean page for today's notes.